Jason is a sixth grader who was referred for a psychoeducational evaluation. It was his first or initial referral, and the main questions were in the area of mathematics. He had primarily been good grades throughout elementary school, but his grades were certainly slipping now that he's in middle school. There were really no behavioral issues. The academic effort and motivation appeared to be there, but he was really struggling with math. As part of his evaluation, he was certainly given a cognitive assessment, and Jason scored in the average range. We really ruled out that the pace of the curriculum was going too quickly compared to his own pace of learning. Everything about his cognitive battery looked pretty much in the average range. A traditional achievement test was given, and by and large, across the board, he was scoring average, maybe the lower end of average, but nothing below a standard score of 90. For most school psychologists who follow a discrepancy model, we're done, okay? No real discrepancy between Jason's achievement versus his purported IQ. However, for psychologists a little more sophisticated than our discrepancy model, we're going to look a little further. And we administered the FAM. And when we administered the FAM, we looked into particular kinds of mathematics. And what we saw in the FAM was, for many aspects of math, Jason performed fairly well. On the verbal index, which is looking at automatic fact retrieval of single-digit addition, single-digit subtraction, single-digit multiplication, single-digit division, pretty solid with automatic fact retrieval. However, on the procedural index, it all dropped like a stone. You see, as Jason entered his middle school years of mathematics, math was now not about automatic fact retrieval and how many problems can you solve in a minute. Now we're into long division, we're into fractions, we're into decimals, we're beginning basic algebraic equations that we're not going to answer off the top of our head. These are the type of equations and problems that involve 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps to get the answer. And what the FAM is zeroing in on with the procedural index, your ability to follow order of operations. In other words, how working memory manifests itself in mathematics. It does not take a lot of working memory to memorize basic math facts. But when you're engaged in more complex equations that require 3, 4, 5 steps, he was forgetting the steps. He was forgetting the procedures. He was forgetting the order, and he was greatly struggling. This really helped us to better explain Jason and why in this particular aspect of his mathematical journey, he was struggling, but perhaps earlier on in his initial years in math, he actually thrived when it was boiled down to simply automatic fact retrieval. He also struggled just a tad in the semantic index of the FAM, which relates to our general conceptual understanding of math. This was pivotal and vital in terms of generating specific interventions to help Jason. We can use certain mnemonic strategies, for example, to remember order of operations. We remember PEMDAS, which is just how to engage in mixed operations, what to do first, second, and third. Certainly calculator usage. In certain selected aspects, specifically to double check work, but not to do his work, played a role. But by going deeper in terms of not where are you in math, but why are you there, it generated a wealth of interventions to help Jason.